Afternoon, everyone. This Back Charlie meeting is being
Engineer
streamed
Joffer and
online
Joseph
through the
Torrefranca.
CAAP YouTube account.
Present online, good
Please
afternoon.
acknowledge once your name is
Engineer
called.
Michael
Our presiding
Macabenta.
officer, Attorney Roberto Martin Buenaventura,
Engineer Odessa
Present.
Cortes.
Colonel
Present
Valentina
po.
Janela,
Miss Maria Tricia Santa Barbara.
Miss Jocelyn Ching,
Mr. Mark Kevin Badua.
and Miss Amneris Gabriel,
And Miss Vanessa
Present.
Jaime.
Good
For our
afternoon.
back
and
secretariat,
Miss
the
Diana Ines
overall head,
Viñas.
Dr. Rolly Bayabas.
Present online.
Yours truly,
Good
Irish
afternoon, ma'am.
Preston, Attorney Bo
From
Masiglat,
our end user from the ADMS,
Present.
Architect Emerson
Engineer Sunny Villabert, and the
Present,
minutes taker
ma'am.
for today's meeting, Miss Ira
the Back
Mindanao.
Technical Working
Sir,
Group,
also
Attorney
in
Frank
attendance
Edward
are the other
Marty,
members of the back secretariat and our
Present
observers
online.
Attorney Edelisa Irugin,
from the
Present. Good
COA
afternoon.
and
Engineer Hubert
and we
Damata,
also sent our letter to PCCI and
Engineer Joe
AFI. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Well, this is the first meeting for the back security. Since we have the quorum,
the Irish Pression, Attorney Bo Masiglat,
Present.
Engineer Sunny Villabert,
Present, good afternoon.
and our minutes taker for today's meeting, Miss Holly Marie Pasano. Sir, good afternoon, ma'am. Also in attendance are the other members of the Secretariat and our observers from the DOTR, COA, IAS, and the Procurement Division. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Considering we have a quorum, let's already proceed with the main items of the agenda. We have right now the pre-procurement conference. Tama ba to? Pre-procurement conference for Catbalogan Airport Development Project, construction of control tower building, administration building, powerhouse, transformer, yard, and site development amounting to 101,130,438 pesos and 50 cents. Who will be presenting this from the end user?
Miss Engineer Karen Aponda, to the chair, Miss Karen Aponda will present the...
Alam ba niya, Sir Emer?
Hi, good afternoon po, Mr.
Ayan.
Chair.
Ayan. Sige, go ahead, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. May I confirm po if you already see the presentation in your screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can see po.
Okay, thank you po. I will proceed. For today's pre-procurement, the project is Catbalogan Airport Development Project CY 2021 with project description of construction of control tower building, administration building, powerhouse, transformer yard, and site development. I will present first the site development plan. The numbers shown on your screen for the CAAP proposed site development, the areas are at number 2 and at number 5. For the broader site development po. The number 2 location is where we will construct the transformer yard. For this area, number 3, the administration building. For this area, number 4, the control tower building. The powerhouse is located at the area 5. Also included in the scope is the VPA, area 7. Next is the landscaping works at area 6 and area 7. Under the site development, the scope of work is VPA concreting with the total area of 1,008.75 square meter. Under VPA concreting, also included is the concrete curbs and painting. For the landscaping works with area of 2,112.30 square meters. And for the CHB perimeter fence with total length of 70 linear meter. Another scope under site development is the construction of security fence with total linear meter of 255.40. Included also is the provision of 4 sets of man gate and 3 sets of vehicular gates. Also included in the site development is the provision of covered pathwalk. For this area, ito pong shaded location. This is where we will construct the covered pathwalk. For the next scope, the construction of 9-story control tower building, sorry. For shown on your screen is the ground floor plan of the 9-story control tower building. The front elevation and right elevation. Another scope is the construction of administration building. The proposed ground floor plan and the second floor plan. For the transformer yard, shown on your screen are the concrete pad plan view and the foundation plan. Also included in the transformer yard is the provision of security fence. Last item is the powerhouse. For the powerhouse, we have the dimension of 12.25 by 6.35 meters. The front elevation and the rear elevation of the proposed powerhouse. For the invitation to bid, the project title is the Catbalogan Airport Development Project CY 2021, construction of control tower building, administration building, powerhouse, transformer yard, and site development. With source of fund from GAA CY 2021, which is a DOTR downloaded project. The approved budget for the contract, or ABC, is worth 101,130,438.50. For the minimum, shown on your screen are the minimum technical personnel requirements and the minimum major equipment requirements for the project. The PCAAB license required is Medium A, license category B for building and industrial plant. The duration of the project is 390 calendar days, inclusive of 10 rainy unworkable days. For the bidding documents, the applicable fee is 56,000, inclusive of 12% VAT. We'll proceed with the bid data sheet. Under ITB Clause 3, the certificate of site inspection must be duly signed by Mr. Norman Nunez, officer in charge of Catbalogan Airport, or his duly authorized representative. This includes the documents, as an attachment. A is a copy of company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, a copy of the airport or facility visitor's logbook, and the picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection. Aids not complying with the above instructions shall be disqualified. Under ITB Clause 5.2, the bidder must have an experience of having completed a single largest completed contract, SLCC, that is similar to this project, equivalent to or at least 50% of the ABC. For the contract similar to this project, it must be under building construction, improvement, rehabilitation, and repair. For the key personnel must meet the required minimum years of experience set below. For the project civil engineer, geodetic engineer, electrical, mechanical engineer, materials, geotechnical, other and such. For the minimum major equipment, the prospective bidders must comply with this list of equipment under ITV class 10.5. For the special conditions of the contract under GCC clause 7.2, in case of permanent structures, such as buildings of types 4 and 5 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, and other structures made of steel, iron or concrete, should comply with relevant structure codes, such as but not limited to steel, concrete bridges, flyovers, aircraft movement, ports, dam, tunnels, filtration and treatments, sewerage system, power plants, transmission and communication towers, railway system, and other similar structures must be 15 years. For GCC Clause 13, the amount of the advance payment shall not exceed 15% of the contract of the price. However, as per DOTR policy, the procuring entity will not give advance payment to the contractors. Under GCC Clause 15.2, the amount to be withheld for failing to produce as-built drawings and or operating and maintenance manuals by the date required is 2% of the contract price. I will present now the rundown of the scope of work, starting with the SPL1, demobilization and demobilization, SPL2, the provision under temporary facilities, the provision of staff house and service vehicle. For part 1 of the project, the construction of administration building. For item 1, civil structural works, which includes the site works, pile driving works. For the pile driving works, the required length is 1,152 linear meter with the dimension of pile 0.35 by 0.35 meters, and the required depth is 18 meters with the concrete strength of 5,000 psi. For item 1.03, the concrete works, which requires the total volume of 125.51 cubic meter. For item 1.04, masonry works with a total coverage area of 508.62 square meters. Last, under civil structural works is item 1.05, steel works, with the total required weight of 4,388.48 kilograms. Here are the list of the required scope of work under architectural works. Also included in the construction of administration building is the provision and installation of the lighting fixtures and so under electrical works. Item 4 is for supply and installation of air conditioning units and fire alarm system under mechanical works. Of control tower building. Under 2.01 is the civil structural, which includes the site works, excavation, backfill, and gravel bedding. For item 2.01.02, pile driving works, the pile must be of dimension of 4.4 meters by 0.4 meters with length of 18 meters, also with concrete strength of 5,000 psi. Next is the concrete works. Item 2.01.04, masonry works with total area of 1,396.52 square meters. Item 2.01.05, steel works. The total weight is 9,352 and 86 kilograms. Next item is the moisture and thermal protection works with area coverage of 109 square meters. For the architectural works under carpentry is the provision of ceiling finishes. Area is 817.20 square meters. And wall finishes with area of 344.98 square meters. For the architectural works, the supply of labor, materials, and tools with area of 1,031 and 0.87 square meters. Next is the raised wall and precast wall works with area of 31 square meter and painting of exterior and interior walls with area of 4,940.04 square meters. For the doors and windows and toilet partition, concrete countertop, and accessories. Next item is for the electrical works, mechanical works, and plumbing works. For part 3, provision of a construction of Powerhouse with the following scope of work under civil structural works. Item 3.02, the architectural works with scope of tile, painting, ceiling works, and provision of doors and windows. For item 3.03, the electrical works. Note that the contractor must secure the testing and commissioning of the electrical works. Item 3.04, mechanical works with provision of air conditioning unit, including the roughing ins and piping system, the ventilation equipment and accessories, hangers and supports, and provision of fire extinguishers. Item 3.05 for plumbing works. For the transformer yard, the following are the civil structural works. Last part of the project is the site development with scope of works under 4.01, the covered pathway. Item 4.02, type 4 security fence with gates. Item 4.03, perimeter fence, perimeter CHB fence. Item 4. Item 4.04, the provision of vehicular parking area concrete pavement. For item 4.05, landscaping works with area of 2,112.30 square meters. Item 4.06, provision of concrete curbs. Item 4.07, VPA painting works. And last item is 4.08, exterior drainage system. Mr. Chair, this is the end of my presentation.
Okay, thank you for that presentation. At this juncture, we open the floor for discussion on the presentation. Do you have any comments from our members on the presentation as well as the TWG and the Secretariat, if any?
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes, Attorney Frank.
Sir, just want to make sure, sir, just want to check with the end user whether they are already compliant dun sa yung one original ng technical and financial kasi I haven't seen in the presentation.
Okay, sir. Can I present, sir, the technical documents and the financial documents?
Yung yung Engineer Karen, yung sa submission, number of copies, baka yung sa old format pa yung nagamit. It's BDS number 16, I think.
Technical and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order or in the form of page 3 of 100 or the page number of the last page of the document. For the pagination, it should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole documents inside the envelope. Deeds not complying with the above instruction shall be automatically disqualified.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Cleared.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Is there anything else from our members? If there's none, maybe we can have a motion, please. The recommendation is for the posting of this particular project.
To the back chair, the end user would like to request for posting of the Calbayog Airport Development Project CY 2021.
Okay, that's noted. Members, do we have any motion?
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I so move for the recommendation of TWG to post the just presented Calbayog the Airport Development Project.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any second? Thank you, ma'am Diane. There being motion duly seconded, let this project entitled Calbayog, tama ba? Sorry. Catbalogan. Tama ba? Bakit Calbayog?
Sir, it's Catbalogan Airport.
Catbalogan. Okay.
Sorry, Catbalogan.
Nataka din ako eh. Sige, there being a motion duly seconded, let this project entitled Catbalogan Airport Development Project CY 2021 be accordingly posted as recommended. And user kindly coordinate with the Secretariat for the necessary documentation as soon as possible so we can have this posted and
Okay,
have
sir,
it
noted po.
scheduled already for the subsequent steps in the back process. Thank you.
Noted, sir. Thank you po.
All right, moving forward, we have another pre-procurement conference for Ormoc Airport Development Project, construction of control tower building, powerhouse, transformer, yard, box, culvert, and strip grade correction, amounting to 194,095 pesos and 250 pesos. An ADMS DOT or downloaded project. Ikaw rin ba to, ma'am?
No, sir, attorney. Si Heinrich po, magpe-present.
Ay, wag na to si Heinrich.
Bakit, sir?
Hindi. Go ahead, engineer.
Sige po, mag-share lang po ako ng screen. Paano ba ito, sir? Kita na ba? Wala pa? Ano nangyari? Nakikita na po ba, sirs?
Yes po, nakikita na po.
Okay po. Good afternoon po to the chair. Good afternoon po to everyone. Teka. Ayan. Before I proceed po with the presentation of the B documents, let me first show you and share to you a brief background of this project. So the name of the project is Ormoc Airport Development Project, CY 2021, with project description of construction of control tower building, powerhouse, transformer yard, box culvert, and strip grade correction. So the location of this project is, of course, in Ormoc Airport, Ormoc City in island of Leyte. So just a short information, no? Ormoc Airport has a 2,042 meters by 36 meters concrete runway with 150 meters by 80 meters apron, an 18 meters wide taxiway, and a passenger terminal building with a 1,350 square meters approximately. Okay, so moving on with our project. As shown in the screen is the site development plan for strip grade correction and box culvert. So the gray part 1, as shown in screen, is the coverage for the strip grade correction. And as for the box culvert, this is at the end of the runway, yung black part po. Okay, so if you'll notice, yung strip grade correction po natin is nag-start po siya, hindi po siya nag-start sa end ng runway. It's because the DOTR had already completed the strip grade correction for this part, no? So this means when our project is completed, yung Ormoc Airport po will be graded. Yung runway strip width po niya will be graded po completely. Next is the site development plan for the control tower, the powerhouse, and the transformer yard. So as you can see, the control tower will be constructed beside at the right part of the PTB, and then at the right part of the control tower is where the proposed powerhouse will be constructed. And at the most corner sa baba po will be the proposed transformer yard. Okay, next. So this is the perspective of the 9-story control tower building. So, you'll notice na parehas lang din po siya ng gagawin natin sa Catbalogan Airport. So, okay. So, this is the ground floor plan. Okay, this is the roof deck plan. the typical control tower shaft level plan and the subjunction level plan, the lower junction level plan and the upper junction level plan, the control tower service walk, and the control tower cab plan. Ito naman po yung ating front elevation and the right side elevation, the left side elevation, and the right side elevation. Next is the construction, the powerhouse. Ito po yung perspective niya. Same din lang din po ng dun sa Catbalogan Airport. So ito po yung kanyang floor plan. And then the roof plan. And the elevations. And ito naman po yung ating box culvert na gagawin sa dulo ng ating runway. Okay. And the transformer yard. Ito po yung ating foundation plan. And the plan. Ito naman po yung ating elevation and side elevation. And the security fence. Okay. Now, moving on po. Sa ITB. So, the name of the project is Ormoc Airport Development Project. Construction of control tower building, powerhouse, transformer yard, box culvert, and strip grade correction with an approved budget for the contract amounting to 194,095,250 pesos. Okay. And the prospective bidders should possess the following technical personnel as shown on screen. We have here one project civil engineer, one electrical engineer, one mechanical engineer, one materials engineer, and one master plumber, one geodetic, one master electrician, one construction foreman, and one safety and health officer. Sa baba naman po niya, nandyan po yung ating mga equipments. Okay. Okay, moving on. The contractor must have a PCAB license, medium A license category B, with road, highway, pavement, railways, airport horizontal structures, and bridges. And medium A license category B for building and industrial plant. The duration of the project is 390 calendar days, inclusive of 10 rainy and workable days. Bidders should have completed a contract similar to the project. The cost for the bidding docs is 56,000 inclusive of 12% VAT. Okay, for bid data sheet, ITB clause 3.0, certificate of site inspection must be duly signed by Mr. Alan A. Miode, airport manager of Ormoc Airport, or his duly authorized representative. The following documents as attachments to the certificate of site inspection is as follows. Copy of company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, copy of the airport facility visitor's logbook, and picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection together with the airport manager, officer in charge, or his duly representative. Bids not complying with the above instruction shall be disqualified. ITB Clause 5.2. The bidder must have an experience of having completed a single largest completed contract or SLCC that is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. For this purpose, contracts similar to the projects refer to contracts which have the same major categories of work, which shall be, number 1, building construction, improvement, rehabilitation, repair, with ABC of 76 million 873,215 and 4 centavos. And number 2 is upgrading, improvement, rehabilitation, construction of unpaved road and or earthworks with ABC of 114,714,890 pesos and 49 cents. ITB clause 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed. Okay. ITB clause 10.3, valid pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint venture and registration, medium A license category B, road, highway, pavement, railways, airport, horizontal structures and bridges, medium A license category B, building and industrial plant for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. Also, bids not complying with the above instruction shall be disqualified. ITB clause 10.4, the key personnel must have a required minimum years of experience shown below. Shown is 5 years in general engineering with relevant experience in building, construction, improvement, rehabilitation, repair, and upgrading, improvement, rehabilitation, construction of unpaved road and or earthworks. As shown in ITB clause 10.5, the minimum major equipment required are the following. Okay, next. ITB clause 16. Number 1, each and every page thereof shall be initialed, signed by the duly authorized representatives of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs, open close parenthesis, ear tab, and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in the form, page number of last page of the document per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole documents inside the envelope. And number 2, each bidder shall submit 1 copy of the first and second components of its bid. Bids not qualifying with the above instructions shall be automatically disqualified. For special conditions of contract, 7.2, in case of permanent structures such as buildings of types 1, 2, and 3 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, concrete asphalt roads, concrete river control, drainage, irrigation line canals, river landing, deep wells, rock causeway, pedestrian overpass, and other similar semi-permanent structures is 15 years. Under special conditions of contract, number 13, the amount of the advance payment shall not exceed 15% of the total contract price. However, as per Department of Transportation policy, procuring entity will not give advance payment to contractors. And special conditions of contract 15.2, the amount to be withheld for failing to produce as-built drawings and or operating and maintenance manuals by the date required is 2% of the contract price. Now, ito naman po yung checklist of technical and financial documents. This is shown in the bidding docs, no? Okay, next. Okay, for the scope of work of the project, we have here, first item is SPL1 or mobilization and demobilization. Okay, next component is the strip grade correction. Under strip grade correction, we have clearing and grubbing. Okay, with this item covers from station negative 0 plus 023.60 to station 2 plus 190, or the whole airport, length of airport. Also under strip grade correction is item 104, embankment with the same station. Next is the construction of box culvert. Under construction of box culvert, we have also item 102, excavation and disposal. This item covers a total length of 118 linear meters located at station negative 0 plus 23.60. And then we have here the structural concrete for the box culvert. Next is the construction of control tower building. Under civil structural works, we have site works. The total volume for excavation, 893.39. Total volume for backfill, we have 499.61 cubic meter. Total volume for gravel bedding, we have 61 cubic meter and must be delivered on site. Also under the construction of control tower building, we have concrete works. Shown here is the required total weight of rebars, the total area of formworks, and the total volume of concrete. Item 3, masonry work. The total area of masonry works is 1,396.52 square meter. Next is the steel works, which have a total required weight of 9,352.86 kilograms. Also under the control tower building is the item 5, moisture and thermal protection works with total area coverage of 109 square meter. Next is the ceiling works, which has a 817.20 square meter. For the architectural works, we have these wall finishes, tile works, raised wall and precast wall works, painting works, toilet partition, concrete countertop, and accessories. Next is item 8, doors and windows. We have a total number of doors of 59 sets and a total number of windows of 40 sets. Next is the plumbing works. Under plumbing works, we have site works, sewer line system, water line system, storm drainage system, septic tank, catch basin, and trench drain, and of course the fixtures and other accessories. We also have item 10, electrical works. And then item 11 is the mechanical works, which includes the supply and installation of air conditioning units. We have the fire detection and alarm system and fire extinguishers. No. Next is the supply installation of also in the control tower building is the supply installation of a passenger elevator. 1 unit passenger elevator system with capacity of 630 kilograms for 8 person. Last is the pile driving works with a total length of driven pile of 3,402 linear meters. The specification of these piles is 0.40 by 0.40 with a total depth of 18 meter each pile and a required concrete strength of 5,000 psi. For the powerhouse, we have the under civil structural works is the site works, including the PCCP replacement. Item 2, concrete works. Item 3, masonry works. Item 4, steel works. We have also item 5, waterproofing works. Item 6, architectural works. Under architectural works, we have tile works. We have painting works. We have ceiling works and doors and windows. Also included in the, of course, in the construction of powerhouse is the electrical works. Under electrical works is lighting and power conduits and fittings, electrical wiring devices, lighting fixtures, boxes, ACU power supply conduits and fittings, lighting and power wires and cables, yan, grounding system, panel board, circuit breaker, feeder, subfeeder, conductor, feeder, subfeeder line, conduits and fittings, and power supply, emergency power supply. For mechanical works, we have air conditioning unit and piping system. We have ventilation equipment and accessories. We have hangers and supports, fire extinguisher. We also have item 9, the plumbing works for the powerhouse. Under plumbing works is the fixtures, the wastewater line, the cold water line, the storm drainage pipe, the catch basin, the septic tank, and the relocation of and repiping of existing deep well. Last is the for the structure is the construction of transformer yard. Under construction of transformer yard, same as others, we have civil structural works, we have site works, concrete works, masonry works, steel works, waterproofing works, and the architectural works, we have painting works. And last but not the least, the SPL2 or the temporary facilities. So we have under temporary facilities, we have the staff house and the service vehicle. So for the service vehicle, this covers the provision of one lease rent to own service vehicle, brand new, latest model 4x2 pickup with cab, air condition, automatic transmission, power window, diesel, for the exclusive use of CAAP engineers supervising the project for the period of 390 calendar days. Okay, for general provisions for staff house, service vehicles, laptops, meters, and other cameras, platters, furnitures, and other materials, devices, and equipment under special item or temporary shall not include OCM and contractor's profit. The contractor shall be responsible in providing safety perimeter fence or security fences, personal protective equipment for staffs and workers on site while construction is ongoing. Safety reports should be prepared regularly. The contractor shall be responsible for all laboratory, material testing, building, and safety permits and serving instruments necessary in the project implementation. These expenses shall be incorporated in the contractor's overhead costs and shall not be considered as pay item. That's the end of my presentation po. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Engineer. At this juncture, let's open the floor for discussion from our members and TWG, as well as Secretariat for any clarifications or questions.
Sige po.
Frank, okay ka sa checklist?
Yes, Mr. Chair. No further questions from TWG, sir.
I think they followed naman yung recent instructions, particularly on the copies, I think.
Yes, sir.
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Opo. Sir, may question lang po ako dun sa item 5.2.
Sige. Sir Heinrich, can we
Sige
scroll
po.
down?
Okay po.
Yan. Ay, no. Yung may 50%. Yan.
Ito po.
Opo. Sir, kasi napansin ko, gusto ko lang maklarify dito. Kasi sabi dito, similar, single largest completed contract, similar to the project, 50% ng ABC, which is 194 million. And then, bin-breakdown natin yung category, yung ABC. So, does this mean ba na 50% siya ng 76 million, 50% ng 114, or 50% ng single, yung 194?
Mr. Chair, if I may respond to that, sir.
Oh, go ahead, Attorney Frank.
Yeah. Ma'am Joyce, yung sa single largest po natin, Ma'am Joyce, merong dalawang categorization kasi yung scope ng project, ay sige na wala. Henrich, can we go back dun sa SLCC, please? Yes. So, dalawa po kasi yung major category of work. So, for yung isa yung for building yung vertical, yung isa naman sa horizontal. So, kinompute lang po nila yung how much yung ABC for the vertical, how much din po yung ABC for the horizontal. Kaya merong dalawang categorization po, Ma'am Joyce.
Okay. So, hindi, baka lang kasi maguluhan din yung bidder. Sa akin lang ha. Kasi ako nagdalawang medyo nalito lang.
In our previous projects, Ma'am Joyce, with may horizontal at saka vertical component po, naglalagay din po tayo ng ganitong distinction ng SLCC po. So they have to submit 2 projects for this SLCC, one for the vertical, one for the horizontal po.
Okay. Tapos nag-add lang ako kasi hindi lumabas yung 194, kulang ng 2.5 yung ABC. Itong 76 plus 114.
Enrich, can you answer that, please?
Okay, Attorney Frank, ano po yung question ulit? Sorry. Ano mo yung concern?
Pa-check lang po kung tama yung yung computation ng ABC, yung 76 plus 114.
Okay, sige po. We will check po.
Okay, thank you po.
Pwede check kung ano yung ABC. Kasi teka lang. Calculator. 76 873 215.04 plus 114 714 890.49. Sige, we will check na lang po muna and di-discuss po namin sa TWG po kung may corrections po. If ever may corrections.
Thank you. Sir, through the chair, meron pang question na ako.
Go ahead.
Opo. Sir, yung ABC is 194 million, pero parang standard sa atin yung 50%. So, okay lang po yung ganun sa construction. Isip ko lang po na baka lang medyo malayo yung 50% na. Considering na wala pang 100 million yung project, tapos nagpapagawa tayo ng 194 million. Kung standard naman yung 50%, okay lang ako. Naisip ko talaga kung meron tayong criteria talaga sa gano'n na pagkakaya nila yung 50%, kaya nilang gawin talaga yung 100%.
I think po pwede rin po akong i-assist nila, Attorney Frank. I think standard po ata ito na 50% po.
Yes,
maganda na po yung ginagamit.
Ma'am, I'm checking right now po yung the provision sa IRR regarding sa SLCC. The standard percentage po, ma'am, is 50% po. At least 50% po, Ma'am Joyce.
Pwedeng tumaas, no?
Pwede pong tumaas, Ma'am Joyce. Thank you, ma'am.
Anything else? Ma'am Joyce? Do you have any further questions? So right now, meron pa tayong pending, no, Frank?
Sir, yung one question na lang po ni Ma'am Joyce, yung hindi daw po tally yung total
Natitingnan
amount.
nila Heinrich, di ba? So they're gonna
Yes, sir.
check.
Yes po.
If ever there is indeed an error, papalitan na lang.
Yes
o
po.
correct na lang.
Opo.
So do we still propose it for posting despite the recommendation to revise?
Mr. Chair, the TWG would like to recommend for posting subject to the recomputation of item 5.2 of the ITB clause BDS.
Okay. Sige. Members, do you have any further questions? If there's none, maybe we can act on the recommendation, please.
To the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I move for the posting of this Ormoc Airport Development Project, subject to some revisions upon validation ng TWG, a technical working group.
Yes. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Do you have any second?
Second.
Thank you, ma'am. There being motion duly seconded, let this project. Teka, baka mali na naman yung sasabihin kong project. Okay, let this project, entitled Ormoc Airport Development Project, construction of control tower, building, powerhouse, transformer, yard, box culvert, and strip grade correction, be accordingly posted as recommended. And user kindly coordinate with the secretariat for the necessary documentation for posting. Sir Heinrich?
Yes po. Sige po.
All right.
Sige po.
Subject, of course, to the correction earlier mentioned. Sige. Do you have anything else for today? Other matters. TWG, do you have any?
None from the TWG, sir.
All right. Secretariat, any announcements?
We have a meeting on Wednesday, Mr. Chair, for the opening of Calbayog Communications, Bicolcoms, and Calbayog Meteorological Instruments on Wednesday, sir, at 2 p.m.
All right. Sige. We'll schedule that. Anything else from the members? If there's no more, let's already adjourn today's proceedings. Thank you for attending this afternoon's BAC, Charlie, and see you on Wednesday as scheduled. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.